You are carrying a weight that you cannot see, but you feel it every single day. It presses down on your chest when you wake up, and it follows you into your dreams at night. You believe that the solution to your suffering is to acquire something new, a new habit, a new strategy, a new relationship, or a new possession. You have been conditioned to believe that improvement is a process of addition, but the ancient masters of Japan understood a truth that contradicts everything the modern world sells you. They knew that true power is not found in what you acquire, but in what you leave behind. To build a structure that can withstand the storms of life, you must not add more bricks to a crumbling foundation. You must clear the debris. You must eliminate before you can add. Chapter 1. The Burden of More. Consider the life of a man named Julian. Julian was the archetype of the modern self-improvement enthusiast. He was obsessed with optimization. His shelves were lined with unread books on productivity, his phone was cluttered with meditation apps he never opened, and his mind was a chaotic storm of half-started projects. Julian believed that he was one addition away from happiness. If he just added a cold plunge routine, or a journaling habit, or a new income stream, then his life would finally align. But the more Julian added, the heavier he felt. His morning routine became a 2-hour checklist that exhausted him before his day even began. His attempts to learn 3 different languages simultaneously meant he spoke none of them. He was like a warrior trying to wear 5 suits of armor at once, believing that more protection would make him invincible. Instead, he was immobile. He was crushed under the weight of his own improvements. He did not realize that a cup that is already full cannot hold any more tea. It can only overflow and create a mess. Chapter 2. The Art of Kanso. In the aesthetic philosophy of Japan, there is a principle known as Kanso or simplicity. It teaches that beauty and truth are found in the elimination of the non-essential. Look at a traditional Zen garden. It is not crowded with flowers, fountains, and statues. It is composed of rocks and sand, arranged with such precision that the empty space becomes as important as the objects themselves. The samurai applied this principle to their very existence. A warrior did not carry unnecessary equipment. He carried 2 swords and his spirit. Anything else was a distraction that could cost him his life. Julian's problem was that he lacked Kanso. He was trying to paint a masterpiece by throwing every color he owned onto the canvas, resulting in a muddy, gray mess. He was suffering from the disease of accumulation. He believed that he was his attachments, that without his busy schedule, his many hobbies, and his social obligations, he would be nothing. But the samurai teaches us that you are not what you hold. You are what remains when you let go. To find his power, Julian had to stop building and start destroying. Chapter 3. The Great Subtraction. The breaking point came when Julian suffered a severe burnout. His body simply refused to get out of bed. The weight of the armor had finally collapsed his knees. In this state of forced paralysis, he realized that his strategy of more had failed him. He decided to try a radical experiment based on the concept of Misogi or purification. Instead of asking, "What do I need to start doing?" he asked, "What can I stop doing?" He began with ruthless elimination. He looked at his calendar and deleted every commitment that did not align with his core purpose. He looked at his physical environment and removed the clutter that was stealing his attention. But the hardest part was the psychological subtraction. He had to let go of the identity of being the busy, productive guy. He had to eliminate the need for constant validation from others. He stopped posting on social media. He stopped answering texts immediately. He stripped his life down to the bare studs. It felt terrifying, like he was erasing himself. But he was merely scraping off the barnacles to reveal the hull of the ship. Chapter 4. The Clarity of the Void. As the weeks passed, a strange phenomenon occurred. By doing less, Julian began to achieve more, but with a fraction of the effort. This is the paradox of the way. When a samurai swings his sword, there is no wasted movement. There is no tension in the shoulders, no unnecessary grimace, no flourish. There is only the cut. Because there is no wasted energy, the strike is devastatingly powerful. Julian found that by eliminating the trivial many, he could focus entirely on the essential few. His mind, once a roaring marketplace of conflicting thoughts, began to settle into a clear, still lake. He rediscovered the ability to focus deeply on a single task for hours, a skill he thought he had lost. He realized that his previous laziness was not a lack of willpower, it was a lack of clarity. He had been paralyzed by the paradox of choice. Now that he had removed the options, the path forward was singular and obvious. He was no longer fighting against the current of his own life, he was flowing with it. Chapter 5. The Essential Self. Miyamoto Musashi wrote, "Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need." This applies to thoughts, habits, and people as much as it does to objects. The modern world is an addiction machine designed to keep you wanting more. It tells you that you are incomplete and that the solution is to buy, to consume, and to add. But the warrior knows that he is already complete. His training is not about adding something external. It is about chipping away the stone to reveal the statue that was there all along. You must look at your life today with the cold, discerning eye of a surgeon. What is festering? What is heavy? What is merely noise? You do not need a new morning routine. You need to eliminate the late-night habits that destroy your sleep. You do not need new productivity software. You need to eliminate the distractions that fracture your focus. You do not need more friends. You need to eliminate the relationships that drain your spirit. Power is not volume. Power is density. A single diamond is worth more than a mountain of glass. Stop trying to expand. Start trying to condense. Eliminate the noise until only the signal remains. Eliminate the weakness until only the strength remains. Eliminate the lies until only the truth remains. When you finally stop adding, you will realize that everything you were looking for was buried under the pile of things you thought you needed. Put down the weight. Walk light, strike true.